Welcome back to the Mayo Football Podcast. It's match week 6, and this week we got action from the Connacht Shield, the Westaro Cup, the Premier League, League 1, League 2, and we'll also be bringing you the draws for the quarter-finals of the Westaro Cup, the Tuohy Cup, Tonra Cup and McDonnell Cup. And we start with the TP Brennan Connacht Shield semi-final. Manila B exited the Connacht Shield on Sunday afternoon as Galway side Knocknacarra came away with a 2-0 win over Mossy side, and they will now meet Killala in next month's final at Solar 21 Park. Rory Knight proved to be the difference between the sides as he scored a second-half brace to deny Manila B the chance to join their first team in a Connacht final. There were 2 games in the Westaro Cup first round this weekend. Westport United continued their perfect start to the season as they progressed to the quarter-finals with a 3-1 win over rivals Castlebar Celtic in United Park. Westport had to wait until 5 minutes before the break to open the scoring, but it was a goal worth waiting for as Phil Keegan's powerful shot from just inside the area flew into the top right-hand corner of the net. Keegan then turned provider for the second goal as his low cross across the box was turned into the net by Darren Brown just 3 minutes into the second half. Westport then put the game beyond doubt on 75 minutes when Brandon Scahill tucked away a penalty after Phil Keegan was upended in the area. Celtic did pull a goal back with 5 minutes to go as Jerry Hunt tapped the ball into an empty net following a flowing move through the middle of the pitch. Claremorris needed a 90th minute winner from David McCracken to see off the challenge of Ballyhonnestown in their Westaro Cup tie on Saturday evening. Dean Roddy put the visitors ahead from the penalty spot just before the half-hour mark, but Ballyhonnes hit back as Chris Toffer equalised before the break. McCracken came up with the winner just as the game looked set for extra time, as Claremorris ensured they would be in the draw for the quarter-finals. Right, I'm joined here now by representatives of Castlebar Celtic and Westport United for the quarter-finals of the Westaro Cup, which will take place on the 8th and the 9th of June. Unfortunately, Castlebar Celtic are no longer involved, having lost yesterday to Westport United 3-1. So Pat's going to draw the home sides and Gary is going to draw the away sides. So before we do that, number 1 is Ballina Town, 2 is Ballyglass, 3 is Ballyhane, 4 Claremorris, 5 Manila, 6 Snowbury United, 7 Straden Foxford and 8 Westport United. So Pat, if you'd like to pull the first one there.
Number 5.
So number 5 is Manila.
Number 1.
And they play number 1, which is Ballina Town.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Claremorris. And Claremorris will be at home to number 2, which is Ballyglass.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Ballyhane. Ballyhane at home to number 7, which is Straden Foxford United. And just 2 left.
Number 8.
Number 8, Gary wanted a home one there, Westport United.
Number 6.
And number 6, they'll play Snowbury United. So that concludes the draw for the quarterfinals of the Westaro Cup, and those ties will be played on the 8th and the 9th of June. In the Castlecourt Hotel Premier League, Kilchimon United made it 3 wins in a row with a hard-fought 1-0 win over Glenhest Rovers in CMS Park on Saturday evening. The decisive moment came in the first half when Lionel Jordan headed home at the near post from a corner as he scored the only goal of the game. Niall Walsh made a few important saves to keep Glenhest out as Kilchimon also missed a few clear-cut chances, which didn't prove too costly in the end as Aidan Flatley's side moved into second place in the table. Achill Rovers got their first win of the season with a 2-1 win over Fahy Rovers at Father O'Brien Park. Martin Doolan had Achill in front on 37 minutes with a spectacular volley from the edge of the area. Mark David made it 2 5 minutes later as he headed home from a Sean McNamara corner. Fahy worked their way back into the game in the second half and made it a nervy final 15 minutes for the home side after John Kelly pulled a goal back on 75 minutes. Achill, however, could have gone further ahead in the closing moments as Fahy chased an equaliser, but for a fine save by Fahy keeper John Corcoran. It was honours even at Carnash on Saturday evening, as Swinford came from 2 goals down to draw 2-2 with Erris Aintia. Erris scored twice in as many minutes midway through the first half as Aaron Riley and Kyle O'Reilly hit the target for the North Mayo side. Erris lost 3 players to injury before the break, and this changed the game as Swinford dominated the second period. Martin Murphy headed home Swinford's first goal before Joe Slevin hit the equaliser on 76 minutes. The game of the weekend took place in Beleek Park on Sunday afternoon as Ballina Town B made it 4 wins from 4 with a 5-3 win over Bangor Hibs. Ballina Town raced into a 2-goal lead as they dominated the early exchanges, with Dale Hopkins getting the first inside the first 10 minutes and the second arriving shortly afterwards as Tom Minahan turned the ball into his own net. Bangor looked down and out at this stage, but the goal of the game from Tommy Conroy got them back in with a shout. Conroy's first-time volley from the edge of the area flew past Neil Langdon in the Ballina goal, and Hibs were level soon afterwards when Adam Carabine blasted home a penalty. Hibs were on top at that stage, but the critical moment arrived minutes into the second half as Bangor were reduced to 10 men when Ballina were awarded a penalty. Hopkins stepped up and made it 3-2, and from then on Ballina dominated possession and forced Pat McHale into several excellent saves as he kept the side in the game. Ballina eventually grabbed the next goal as Luke Honan fired home past McHale, but Hibs did make it a difficult last 10 minutes for Mark Beattie's side when Kyle Holmes scored a brilliant free kick from the left-hand side of the penalty area. Stephen Moyles got the insurance goal with the last play of the game as Ballina continued their perfect start to life in the Castlecourt Premier League. Mark, you're just on the back of a great win, the 4th win in 4 games, and it's really going well this season for you.
It is, yeah. Look, it's a bit of a new challenge for me this season as manager from playing, enjoying it so far. It's easy to enjoy it when you're winning 4 games out of 4, so it is, but we made hard work today. Yeah,
you say you made hard work of it. You're 2-0 up, came back to 2-2, and then went to 4-2, but then they came back again. So it was.
Yeah, it's that sort of 2-0 is the most dangerous score to tell you. So we went 2-0 up early doors, had all the ball. Players just got a bit overconfident, I think. Bangor got 1 back, and then once they got their tails up a little bit, we sat back a bit too deep, and they got the second before half time.
And then in the second half, then you took control, but then almost lost again.
Same thing again, yeah. So we went 4-2 up. So we did. Dale Hopkins was on fire out there today, so he was. I think one might have gone down as an own goal, but he, in his head, he has the hat trick there. Luke Honan, another great goal. I think it was Stephen Moyles that finished it off. But yeah, from 4-2 again, we sort of started overconfidence again. Let them back into it. 4-3, great free kick actually. For 4-3, and then luckily enough we were able to see it out through her.
Bangor were down to 10 men as well. That helped an awful lot. You got a lot of chances then after that.
It did. It opened up the game, and in fairness, Bangor's keeper then after that was man of the match. He was pulling out save after save. Now we had the ball in the net 3 or 4 times that were offside, correctly I'm sure, but yeah, look at the extra man killed their hopes off a little bit.
So you must be very excited about continuing on the rest of the season. 4 wins for 4 games straight, in your first time in this division.
Well, yeah, look at I have great support there. Ray McKenny is coaching for me, and John O'Heffernan was coaching at the start of the season, and injuries set him back a little bit. It's tough for one man to try and do it, so there's a team of us here. We've put a great squad together. The talk is that we need to move players through to the Super League team, and that's the plan. We've brought some experienced heads in to help the younger lads move on, but if we can keep moving players through to Mickey, that's the plan.
And there is signs there that some of those players are able to make up that step up, isn't it?
No problems with them at all. Like league winning team from last season, we haven't lost a lot, so we've brought in extra heads, so we've a very strong team. We've 20 plus training every Tuesday and Thursday. It's what could you ask for?
That's great. Thanks very much, Mark.
No problem.
Let's look at the season. And we're here now to do the draw for the Tuohy Cup, sponsored by Stephen McDonnell Construction, and those ties are taking place on the 25th and the 26th of May. So in the hat for this we have number 1 Achill Rovers, 2 Ballina Town B, 3 Con Rangers, 4 Fahy Rovers, 5 Glenhest Rovers or Bangor Hibs, 6 Erisainthe, 7 Kilchuman United, and 8 Manola B. So to help us with the draw we have Pat McHale, goalkeeper with Bangor Hibs, who may or may not be in this draw depending on their match with Glenhest Rovers, and Daniel Gorman from Ballina Town B. So Pat's going to pull the home side, so if you can start, Pat.
Number 4.
So number 4, that's Fahy Rovers, who had a tie in winning the first round against Swinford. They're at home in this one. To number 1, so Fahy Rovers will be playing Achill Rovers. The second one.
Number 7.
So number 7, Kilchuman United, a home tie for them. And and they'll be playing number 3, which is Con Rangers. And the third tie
Number 6.
is number 6, Arisaintia. Not many people look forward to go down to Arisaintia. And it's number 8, and it's McDonnell B. And the last tie then,
The number 5.
number 5, which is Glenhest Rovers or Bangor Hibs. And who are they going to play?
Again.
And it's number 2, Ballina Town B. So lads, you've we'll meet each other again very, very soon. So that's it. That concludes the draw, and those ties will take place on the 25th and the 26th of May. In the Clean Sports Ground League 1, Westport United B made it a Westport double as they came away with a 2-0 win over Castlebar Celtic B on Sunday. Kieran Cuddy and Oisin Morden grabbed the goals for Micheál Gibbons' side as they made it 3 wins from 3 in League 1. Partry Athletic and Crossmolina picked up a share of the spoils as they played out a 1-1 draw on Saturday evening. Partry led at the break as Jonathan Lawrence showed great composure to fire the ball home after some good work by Tom Byrne. Crossmolina levelled matters in the second half as Calafala tapped the ball into an empty net after Shane Hennigan's initial free kick was parried by the keeper. Killala maintained their 100% start to the season with a 5-1 win over Claremorris B on Sunday morning. Matthew Langdon Long opened the scoring on 14 minutes, with Rory Gallagher doubling their lead just before the half-hour mark. Finn Lacey then put them firmly in control as he added a third before the break, and it was Lacey who scored again on the hour to make it 4-0. Claremorris pulled a goal back before Gallagher completed the scoring minutes later as he scored his second of the day. And now we're going to the draw for the Tonra Cup quarterfinals, which will take place on the 18th and the 19th of May. So in the draw there are 7 sides. That means that the first 6 sides out will play each other and the 7th will get a bye. So the sides in the draw are number 1, Ballyglass B, number 2, Castlebar Celtic B, 3, Claremorris B, 4, Crossmolina, 5, Killala, 6, Partry Athletic, and 7, Westport United B. So to do the draw for us, we have representatives of Castlebar Celtic B and Westport United B. So Gary is going to draw the home sides and Pat is going to draw the away sides. So Gary, if you could take the first one there.
Number 1.
So number 1, that's Ballyglass B.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2, Castlebar Celtic B.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Crossmolina. They have a home tie
Number 5.
against number 5, which is Killala, a big local derby there.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Claremorris B.
Number 7.
We're playing number 7, which is Westport United B. And the final one that have a bye into the semi-finals is number 6, which is Partry Athletic. And that concludes the draw for the Tonra Cup quarterfinals. And again, the ties will be played on the 18th and the 19th of May. In the Callergas League 2, Moyvilla got back to winning ways following a surprise defeat in their last game. The match started off as a tight affair and Moyvilla led by a single goal going into the break. That was a change in the second half, however, as Moyvilla scored 5 more. Luke Rowan scored a hat-trick, while Tony Loftus, Kevin Langdon and Keith Murphy were also on the score sheet. The visitors also missed a penalty following a great save from the Kilmore keeper. The win, however, was overshadowed by a collarbone injury to Keith Murphy, and we'd like to wish him a quick recovery. Newport Morani Wanderers and Ballina United maintained their unbeaten starts to the season after a very entertaining 0-0 draw in Solar 21 Park. Both sides will be delighted with how the season has started, and it looks like they'll both be challenging for promotion come the end of the season. Ballivary Blue Bombers and Kilchimon United B also had to settle for a point apiece after a 2-2 draw on Sunday morning. Kilchimon had the lead at the break as Thomas Gillespie opened the scoring inside the opening 20 minutes. Ballivary levelled matters 10 minutes into the second half when Mark Kilgannon finished off a neat move involving Simon Lavin and Jamie McArdle. Shane Foy looked to have got the crucial goal as he put Ballivary in front inside the last 10 minutes, only for Kilchimon United to equalise late on as Dan Duffy headed home from a corner. And now you're joined us for the draw for the McDonnell Cup quarterfinals, which will take place on the 11th and the 12th of May. I'm joined by representatives of Ballina United and Newport Morani Wanderers. In the draw, there are 7 clubs. There's going to be, the first 6 are going to play each other, and the 7th club are going to have a bye. So the numbers in the draw are number 1, Ballinal United, number 2, Ballivarry Blue Bombers, number 3, Kilmore, 4, Kiltimon Knock United B, 5, Moy Villa, 6, Newport Moranny Wanderers, and number 7, Snowborough United B. So Ronan and Jason are going to draw the clubs. Ronan will draw the home side, and Jason the away one.
6.
So number 6, so that's Newport Moranny have a home tie against
Number 4.
number 4, which is Kiltimon Knock United B. And the second tie,
3.
number 3, it's Kilmore.
Number 2.
Number 2, so Ballivarry Blue Bombers will be travelling to Kilmore for that one. And the third tie, number 1, Ballinal United,
Number 5.
and playing number 5, Moy Villa. And the last one then, just to show that it's all bye for number 7, Snowborough United B. So that's the ties for the McDonnell Cup quarterfinals, and they'll be played on the 11th and the 12th of May. Thanks very much, lads. For another week. Don't forget to tune in to our weekly preview on Midwest Radio at 1:20 after the 1 o'clock news every Saturday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.